Do not forsake wisdom, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. Proverbs 4, verse 6. With all the options and information overload we now experience in this digital era, developing the quality of wisdom is very much needed. You need it to be able to distinguish between what is right for you and what is not. Because going through life without wisdom can lead to shame, loss, and regret. Since we live in an ever-changing world, it can be difficult to decide what is the best choice for your life and the life that you are responsible for, making it crucial to have wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to discern and use insight to make the right choice. It helps you deal with any situation that you may experience in the best way possible and allows you to know what to do in those impossible situations. In the Bible, there was a woman accused of committing adultery and was forced to stand before a group of men who had knowledge of the Mosaic law to take responsibility for what she did. In the law, committing adultery was wrong and called for punishment by stoning. But the group of men had a malicious motive and wanted to trap Jesus to see what he would do in this situation. Agreeing to have the woman punished would have gone against Jesus' teaching on mercy, grace, and forgiveness. And telling a group of men to not punish the woman would have caused Jesus to break the law. But Jesus was wise and gave a response that dumbfounded the group of men. The men said, "Teacher, the woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now what do you say?" But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning Jesus, he stood up and said to the men, "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Then he stooped back down and wrote on the ground. One by one, the men started to go away until only Jesus and the woman were left standing around. His response to the entrapment allowed Jesus to not break any laws and still uphold his teachings on mercy, grace, and forgiveness. Without wisdom, Jesus would have been caught between a rock and a hard place, forced to pick a side that would have been equally unpleasant. With wisdom, you too will have a way out of every calamity you will face. Luke chapter 21 verse 15 says, "For I will give you the right words and such wisdom that none of your opponents will be able to reply or rebut you." Wisdom is more than knowledge. It is being able to apply knowledge in the best way. To get wisdom starts by reverencing God and reading the Bible. Psalms 111 verse 10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All who follow his precepts have good understanding. To him belongs eternal praise." Every form of wisdom that is not from God is foolishness, which means it lacks good sense and judgment. It's not wisdom, although it may sound like it is, because you don't begin to have wisdom until you reverence God. There are many life lessons in the Bible that can help you grow in wisdom. Reading the Bible gives insight into everyday affairs. It is what is needed for you to maintain in life. You'll learn from the personal stories of those who have lived life before you, and their experiences will equip you for life. When you move in God's wisdom, you are perceiving things from God's point of view. This assurance is why God asks you to ask him for his wisdom. God will give you directions on how to manage your affairs and give you understanding concerning everything in your life. When you are using your own intellect, you run into the problem of pride. Most people who are highly intelligent struggle with pride because knowledge puffs us up. In other words, it can make you arrogant. When you are prideful, you make mistakes, but with God, you'll always know the best course to take in life. The key to getting wisdom and living a life of success is to trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not depend on your own understanding. God is our wise counsel and the one who can help us get our lives back on track. With God, you'll know what to do, get answers to challenging questions, and make the best decisions for your life.